Greetings, family, and welcome to another edition of Black Talk Radio, where black media matters and black life definitely matters. Today is Saturday, July 28th, 2018. This video is an alarming video. We should all be outraged at all the things that's going on in racist America today. We add another one to the list. This is where an ex-off-duty Miami police officer thought it was civilized to kick a pregnant black woman in the stomach while she's 8 months pregnant, visibly pregnant. She kicks her in the stomach, and 7 minutes later, the black woman goes into labor. Let's take a look at this disturbing story.
The law, accused of kicking a pregnant woman. Police arrested North Miami Beach police officer Ambar Pacheco after she was allegedly seen kicking a visibly pregnant woman outside a restaurant. She was off duty at the time. The woman then went into labor 7 minutes later and delivered, thankfully, a healthy baby at the hospital. The victim was walking with the child's father, who says the attack was completely unprovoked.
We didn't have no problems with you. We didn't come and start no trouble. Luckily, we had got her to Mike Sinai just in the nick of time.
Wow. The officer claims the baby's father attacked her sister first. He denies that, and he was not charged. Baby and mom are okay. The officer has been put on leave pending an internal investigation.
So as you saw in this story, the father has stepped up and is front and center in the story. He is a man standing up for his woman, his wife. I'm assuming it's his wife, and he is speaking out. Let's get directly into the story, though. So, family, a rookie North Miami Beach police officer has been relieved from duty and charged with aggravated battery after she kicked a black woman 8 months pregnant in the stomach during an altercation on Miami Beach on Wednesday night, authorities said. After she was kicked, the victim, identified by ABC Miami affiliate WPLG as 27-year-old Ivani Murray, was in, quote, severe pain and began having contractions, according to an arrest report from the Miami Beach Police Department. She was then transferred to Mount Sinai Medical Center, where she gave birth shortly after arriving, the report states. The baby's due date had been set for August 4th, and Murray was described as, quote, visibly pregnant, according to the police report. So, pausing for a quick second, this cave woman right here, who at the time had a badge, had a gun, had authority over black people in particular. This slave patroller was, or thought it was civilized to not only attack a pregnant black woman, but kick her in the stomach when she was visibly pregnant. That's why she no longer is on the police force. But let it be known, this is a clear indication why Hillsborough County, who I saw in the news a few days ago saying that they were going to change their hiring status to make it easier for people to apply to be police officers. Let it be known that when you do that, you end up hiring trash like this. You end up hiring creatures like this. You end up hiring some of the worst of the worst. You know, slipping into that subject just slightly, they mention things like no longer are they going to just deny you if you have a tattoo or two. Now, instead of waiting 3 or 4 years, if you have something bad on your record, now they're going to slim it down to 2 years. They're just lacking up on their prerequisite. for being a police officer. I thought you had to be of a higher caliber to wear a badge, but I guess not in this day and age. You can just be a flunky and get a badge. In this case, this woman right here, Amber Pacheco, let me just speak on her for a quick second. This is the type of woman who received a badge and she thought she had the power over anyone to where she could haul off, take her feet from where they're supposed to be off the ground and kick a pregnant black woman in the stomach. She thought it was okay. North Miami Beach Police, shame on you for even having someone like this on your bankroll. Shame for you for having someone like this on your force. You didn't vet very well when you hired this cave woman. She's pretty despicable if you ask me. But I digress. Officer Amber Pacheco, 26 years old, white female, told police she retaliated after Murray's boyfriend allegedly kicked her sister in the face. So, allegedly, because there was no evidence found of that. That's why they arrested you and not them. So, what kind of drugs were you on? She says, quote, I saw red and beat the shit out of her, unquote, Pacheco said, according to the arrest report. So you see, family, she thought it was sport and it was okay because she had a badge. She had the authority to be inhumane, be uncivilized, and treat a black human being like an animal. She thought it was okay. These are the people who are going straight to hell. Karma's a bitch. Then you die. It's going to come back to her. But this is another example of what I want to say before I move on. This is another example of a video I saw the other day on how black people, we need our own CIA. This is one of those reports where we need to follow this woman's name. Make sure she doesn't get rehired on another police force. We need to make sure she does not end up in a position where she has the ability to harm or hurt any other royal family members of the black race. We need to make sure that we keep these people off the force. Well, then she changes up a little bit. Pacheco later told police that she, quote, doesn't know who, but she kicked somebody, the report states. She knows who she kicked. And there were witnesses that can tell you who you kicked. Murray had been meeting up with her boyfriend in Miami Beach on Washington Avenue and Hispaniola Way around 8:30 p.m. after he had just gotten out of work at a burger restaurant down the block, WPLG reported. In an interview with CBS Miami affiliate WFOR, Murray denied that her boyfriend, 40-year-old Joseph Prejulis Jr., kicked Pacheco's sister. And family, we heard from Joseph. We heard from him, and he flat out said, we did nothing to this woman. We didn't do anything to her. We were minding our own business. We don't know why she went off on us. So it sounds like perhaps maybe this deranged Amber Pacheco got her story mixed up. Maybe it was some other black people and she had her story all deranged, you know, because they are delusional. They operate on low IQ, so It's not a impossibility that she just got her story mixed up and it was a case of mistaken identity. You know, they are stupid like that. Very petty people. And then they're going to come in my comment section talking about that's not me. Well, if it's not you, don't be up in my comment section. Shut the hell up and move it along. So you always tell on yourself. You racist, you. You guys always tell on yourselves. Just like this ex-police officer, Amber Pacheco. So he flat out came out and says that, hey, we didn't do anything to these people. So again, Murray denied that her boyfriend, 40-year-old Joseph Prejulis Jr., kicked Pacheco's sister. She says, quote, why would he kick a female for if she wasn't doing anything, ? Murray said. He was just trying to restrain the young ladies from doing anything to me or his child. Murray believes Pacheco and her sister thought she and Prejulis were, quote, talking about them, describing the woman as belligerent and loud. So basically, this Amber Pacheco and her sister, they got belligerent and loud, and they felt that the black people were talking about them. They had a guilty conscience, you know, when they felt like something was happening when it really wasn't. And so here it is, she's a police officer, so she's just going to take matters into her own hands, because after all, she has a badge. So the women are described as belligerent and loud. I'm talking about Amber Pacheco. Again, this is why she was arrested. Okay, so they basically tried to jump me because they thought I said something. Joseph Prejulis also told WFOR that the altercation was unprovoked. Quote, we didn't have no problems with you, unquote, he said. After the attack, the parents got to the hospital in the, quote, nick of time, Prejulis told WFOR. A healthy baby boy named Joseph Prejulis III was born, Murray said. Congratulations, my brother and sister. Thank God your son was born healthy, and God blessed you with another, or with a blessing. Thank God. Thank God. So the cave woman who thought it was civilized to kick a pregnant black woman, it didn't work as she thought. Pacheco, who had been with the department for less than a year, was relieved of duty as of Thursday, pending an internal affairs review and a decision from the state attorney's office on whether to file charges, Major Richard Rand, public information officer for the North Miami Beach Police Department, told ABC News. She will not be paid during that time, Rand said. Well, of course, she won't be. Thank God for that. The department will review in Pacheco's personnel records whether she disclosed that she had been arrested at 18 years old for petty theft and whether that charge had been cleared by the department when she was hired, WPLG reported. The petty theft charge was dismissed after Pacheco attended a pretrial diversion program, according to WPLG. Murray said it troubles her that someone who's supposed to be protecting and serving was the person who hurt her. Well, let me clear this up for you a little bit, family. Family, you need to realize that when they say protect and serve, and especially people like this who have a badge, they often mean protect and serve white people. The white elite, or those with money who are white. White enclaves, white communities, white values, white interests. That's pretty much it. When they say protect and serve, black people, you need to get that in your thick skull that when they say protect and serve, they're not talking about you. And that's why we're seeing what we see across America. Understand that. So let's get this straight. She had a petty theft charge when she was hired by the department. So she was already a criminal becoming a police officer. So we got criminals running around parading as race soldiers is what they are. They're not police officers. Let me rephrase that. I'm sorry, family, for even saying the word police officer. I keep forgetting that's not what these people are. A real police officer would protect and serve all, not just those who happen to look like you or who are white. Again, these type of stories remind me of a movie I just recently saw called Black Cop. And this black cop finds out, because he's arrested himself and harassed himself by a fellow white officer, that it just simply doesn't matter. If you're black, you're going to be attacked no matter what. And so he turned the tables around. I'm not going to give up anything else on that story, but Black Cop was an interesting movie. But back to this story. Back to this story. Quote, no matter who you are, what occupation you have, battery, fighting, putting your hands on someone else should not be allowed, she told WFOR. ABC News could not immediately reach Pacheco for comment. It is unclear if she has retained an attorney. Well, let's just state for the record, she probably won't, knowing that she was completely wrong in doing what she's doing. And any type of lawyer, so-called lawyer, coming forth trying to protect this rodent, they would be just as sick as her. This is Guru at Black Talk Radio, where black media matters. No more talk.